Hello world, my name is Mia Dirks and welcome back to our third episode of Smile You're on Camera. I'm so glad to see you joining us here tonight to discover another unique story. We have an exciting show planned, one that can give you a better look at a few of the things that go on behind the camera here at WTOP, along with a couple other things. I'll stop there for now. I don't want to spoil too much, but first I wanted to say thank you again for your time, for your support of this show and of our students here. I'm so glad we can go on this adventure together tonight. So I know last episode I may have previewed a certain guest, and don't worry, she'll be joining us in a future week, but we switched things up this time and we have a very special person joining us here tonight. She's a very important figure at WTOP, and if you tune into some of our other shows, you might have seen her make appearances here and there, hidden between the cuts. I'm so happy to have her add this show to her list of featured episodes as well. So without further ado, let's introduce Erin Blank. Erin, meet everyone, and everyone meet Erin.
Hello.
Hello. So I met Erin on a little show called Sports Talk a few semesters ago. You might know what that is. And we've worked together on crews ever since. I may have mentioned this before, but she's been trying to make appearances on every show on WTOP this semester, and she's making great progress so far, right? Yep. Erin, what are your thoughts of Check and Smile off your list?
I'm just so glad that you asked me to do this, so I didn't have to worry about like trying to sneak my way in like through the bum cam or whatever. So I'm just so glad that you invited me here.
No, I'm so glad to have you on as well. Before we get into the video about your life, can you give us a very quick intro of who you are and some of the things you do here?
Yeah, I'm Erin Blank. I'm a cinema major, creative writing minor. I am a senior. So I'm leaving soon, sadly, but I'm just so glad that I get to finish out doing WTOP and enjoying my time here.
Yeah, well, awesome. Well, I have really enjoyed learning about Erin over the last few semesters, and I think you all at home will too. So let's cut the suspense and take a look at a day in Erin's life.
Well, good morning. It is, I believe, around almost 7. I'm currently on my way to Lake Effect Cafe where I work. And today's going to be a pretty busy day. But yeah, join along with me. I will also specify, my voice will sound better once I finally get something to drink. But as for what my day looks like, work, class, work, class, work, and then WTOP. So, should be interesting. So now that I've clocked in, I'm on my way to Murano to grab our baked goods for the day. Typically there's another person with me, but she will be a couple minutes late. No big deal. This is part of working at Lake Effect. You have to constantly be going up and down the hill to grab stuff. Got done working for 5 hours, something like that. But yeah, now I'm in TOP. I'll be here all night. Will I take photos of every show? I'm not sure yet because I'm a procrastinating student and I have to get an essay done and critiques done, but we'll see. Yeah, on top of that, getting an SD card cleared out for sports this upcoming weekend. You know, women's lacrosse senior night, baseball, softball, all of them. So yeah, interesting, stressful, fun times.
Why, hello! What a gorgeous evening here in beautiful, and actually for once, sunny Oswego, New York, and a beautiful evening here to talk some Lakers sports.
Hey, how are ya? Look at that! More Lake Effect Anti-Liquor Showdown
actually still not done because I unfortunately still have some homework that I would love to get done. Just getting ready for classes tomorrow, sports for the weekend. Crazy but fun times. So, let's see how much sleep I'll get. Hopefully I'll get this done quick, but we shall see.
All right, welcome back, everyone. That must have been a pretty busy day, right, Erin?
Oh, it was crazy.
Is your schedule always like that, or?
Typically, it's every like Tuesday, Thursday that it's like back-to-back work class, but only Monday, Wednesday, Friday is really in the morning. Thursday, I picked up a shift that's early in the morning too, but.
Yeah, well, I hope all of you at home were able to learn more about some of the things that Erin does in a typical day in her life. I think, excuse me, I think you're really involved with a lot of cool things, and after the break, we're going to dive a little deeper into some of those involvements. See you after these short messages.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Candlelight Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Smile, You're on Camera. Before the break, we watched a day in Erin's life, and I want to take a closer look at some of the things she showed us there now, with her now. So one of the first things we saw in your day was your shift at the Lake Effect Cafe, which is basically the Starbucks on campus. Anyone that knows me knows I would not be having a fun time if I had to wake up that early. How early did you have to wake up?
I typically wake up around 6:25 in the morning, and sometimes it's a little bit later, but I typically wake up at that time to, refresh myself, maybe catch some breakfast, and then take that walk from the village to Penfield Library.
It's a pretty long walk, especially that early in the morning, so
Yeah.
I would probably not be having fun there.
It's not fun.
But I want to ask, how long have you been working at Lake Effect, and what's the experience been like so far?
Right now, I'm in my second year working there. I am a group leader, which is like a student manager. That's been about a year and a half. Overall, the experience has been great. Learning the drinks was a little bit difficult, but overall, the people I work with are great, and fast-paced environment, it's a thrill.
Yeah, I know. I always see the line is like pretty much out the door at the Starbucks with people trying to get their coffee in before their classes in the morning. But that was one thing I wanted to ask too. I always imagined it would be hard to memorize all the drink combinations, especially when people are like, add an extra shot of vanilla and no caramel and whatever. So what was the learning process like for that, or was it hard for you to memorize everything? Or
it was a little hard in the beginning of like memorizing, okay, what needs, especially when it came to frappuccinos, like, okay, what needs this, what needs that. But luckily we have little ingredient cards, so we can like see, okay, this needs this many pumps, this needs this many shots, and then, you know, you'll get into a routine of like, all right, someone will be on syrup, someone will be on ice, so you just kind of pass it down the line. So it's nice and simple. Get the flow going, get the people their coffee.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was a process like that. I kind of just imagined it was like, okay, let me think about one of the 300 different drink combinations you can make.
Yeah.
But you see the orders of students from around campus. Can you tell us what's like one of the most popular ones? My guess would be the strawberry acai with lemonade.
So that's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Another one is a ice white chocolate mocha, especially with sweet cream and caramel drizzle. And then another one that's increasingly been more popular has been an iced caramel macchiato.
Wow. You're making me hungry. I think I might stop by tomorrow morning.
I'll be there.
I think everyone that comes to visit you at Lake Effect always gets a drink made with love. That's
so
the Erin,
much
that's
love.
the Erin Blank way. I know you really take pride in your work there. And one story I have, Erin kept telling me, Mia, come visit me, and I'll make you a drink. And I was like, okay. One morning I wasn't feeling that great. I woke up. I remember I had a sore throat or something, and you had recommended the medicine ball, which is. Can you remind me of the ingredients again?
Peach tranquility. It's like a mint tea, hot steamed lemonade with honey, and yeah.
Yeah, so I remember I ordered it. I walked out of the library. It was a beautiful sunny day. It was like 7 a.m. because I had to visit you at the morning shift before my class. And I remember I just took a lap around campus, and I was just like, wow. And it made me feel homesick for some reason. Like I had just gotten tea when I was sick at home. So I was like, wow, that's the power of the Erin Blank drink at Starbucks.
There's so much love that Erin Blank provides.
Yeah, well, why do you love to craft every drink to perfection at Lake
Well,
Effect?
you know, I think of it in a way that, you know, you spend so much money to come to Lake Effect and get a drink. So why not give all the love that I can? And, you know, if that includes maybe an extra pump of this, an extra, you know, a little bit of light ice or whatever, I'll do it just to make someone happy.
Oh, that's so nice. Wow. Well, another thing we looked at in your video too was your experience in your intermediate graphic storytelling class. Can you give us a general overview of what are some of the things you're doing in there? I know we got a quick look there, but.
Yeah, so the intermediate class is basically we got to collaborate with this digital illustration class. And we first started with the authors coming up with a story, which we were given cryptids or like urban legends. We came up with a story, we got paired with an artist, and then from then on, we gave the artists whatever idea. They came up with drawings, and it was very back and forth. And from then on, now we're making a whole book, and it's going to get published.
Oh, yeah, I'm so jealous of that class. I know I've been asking you about it throughout the semester, but how far have you gotten with the project so far? I know because the end of the semester is approaching, so it must be publication and whatever.
Yeah, we are very close. We are just kind of going over making sure everyone's names are spelled correctly, all of our dialogue spelled correctly, and now it's being sent off to be printed.
And what was the process like collaborating with the artists? I know you were assigned an artist, right? And so was it hard to kind of, you had to think about their capabilities and what they could draw, their style, or what was that process like for you?
It was very interesting sitting down with that artist to be like, all right, here's my story. Show me like what you have and I'll work around you. And luckily they were very interested in mine. They wanted a more serious story, which I provided. And we were just very back and forth of like, okay, here's my drawing. Does that work? Yeah, could you maybe change this a little bit? But they were very cooperative and I was very happy with that.
Yeah, that's very lucky because I feel like there could be some horror stories coming out of that one. But I would have really enjoyed to be in a class like that because I feel like I could have been the artsy side and we could have been a great pair together. I know you're a big fan of the horror genre. We love to talk about horror movies together. So what about horror interests you so much?
I think it's hard because a lot of horror has changed. So I'm very into psychological, but also the slashers are great. And I think it's just like the element of frightening someone through images is so interesting. but also like amazing at the same point. Like how a director, especially with a certain genre, could really take an image that makes it so scary but also so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
I know one director we're both a fan of. I know I have to bring it up. If anyone at home is familiar with Ari Aster, that's how you pronounce his name, right? He directed movies like Midsummer and Hereditary, and he has the new one coming out, Beau is Afraid.
Yes.
But I feel like your point about the beauty and the serene qualities and then also this darkness was very typical of Midsummer, because you got this beautiful, it's about a Swedish commune basically that goes wrong, and it's you have all these beautiful flowers and art and whatever, but it's got that dark side to it. So I think I definitely agree. Do you have a favorite horror movie or a few honorable mentions that you'd like to?
One of my favorites is Trick or Treat, and it's a kind of like a trilogy where it's all different people's stories, but they mix in, and it's all following this character Sam, who's a pumpkin head, but he has like a little sack over his head. He's so cute, but also he's devilish in his own little cynical way, but I highly recommend it. If you are into gruesome content, especially recommend it.
Wow, I'll have to look into that one for sure. One last thing we saw in the video was your time here at WTOP. I know you a lot based on your photography work. You take such good photos for us. For those of you at home, Erin helps out taking crew photos. You also work with the sports department at WTOP to take some of the athletics. Can you talk to our viewers more about your role? And
yeah, so I started off here and I was like, what can I do as a film major? But I'm also interested in broadcasting, and they recommend photography. So I'll show up to sports games, take photos of there, maybe also the crew that's working. I'll show up here at the original productions and news, take pictures of talent and the crew behind the scenes just to showcase everyone and what they do. So we could use it for like online stuff or promotional, such as Admitted Students Day, to be like, here's what you can do, that it's not just limited to on screen.
Have you always been passionate about photography, or is it kind of something that you discovered along the way?
Honestly, it was kind of what I discovered coming here. I was always like interested in film-wise, not really photography. But like I said, coming here and being like, what can I do? And they recommended that. Getting into it from freshman year, I just fell in love with it. That's
awesome. And you said you do the normal crew shots for our OPs here, but you also work on sports. Do you have a preference? If you don't want to create any drama.
You know, I do love my sports, especially the action shots and the connections I can make with the athletes there. However, I do prefer, you know, being here in the studio, just getting to talk to everyone pre and post show, making those connections, and then seeing the joy my photos bring for people on set.
Yeah, I know. I always love seeing your photos. I always rush home and check the folder. Yeah. Like, did Erin take any good photos? How do you decide what makes a photo-worthy moment? Because a lot of these shows are very chaotic, so you don't really know what to expect. So how do you know when to click?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to listen, you know, like the pre-production and hear what's going to happen, and then kind of gander from there. Like, okay, if this show, for instance, is going to smash each other with eggs on their heads, get ready for that. So then I can like get ready for those shots.
And in the future, do you plan on, I'm not sure about your career path or anything, but do you plan on continuing in some way?
I would love to if I could find any opportunity to take photos, whether it be sports or behind the scenes.
I know. You're awesome, Erin. I always think your work is amazing. I'm so happy that you're here with us all the time. And thank you so much for giving us an inside look into some of the things you're involved with here. After the break, we're going to take a look at some of your snapshots that you've sent in, so make sure to stay tuned.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
We're shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Look at the, do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Thank you so much for sticking around after the break. Last episode, I had introduced a new segment called Snapshots, where our crew members here and viewers at home had a chance to submit photos of their own for the opportunity to be featured on our show tonight. I really enjoyed the photos we reviewed last episode, and tonight, Erin and I are going to discuss some more select photos right now. I'll be going over how you can submit your photos near the end of the show, so make sure to stay tuned to learn more. All right, let's take a look at our first snapshot. So this is submitted from our video playback operator, Alex. He recently traveled down to Syracuse over the weekend to attend a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert.
Wow.
That looks like it's a packed arena. It must have been a great concert.
Oh, definitely.
Right? I would have loved
I'm jealous.
I know. I would have loved to do something like that over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would have been way better than my weekend.
I don't know about you, but I love like live music venues, and just being in that atmosphere is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
to me.
I wish I could go to more concerts, only if they weren't so expensive.
Yeah.
But like I've been to a couple in the past, and they've been incredible.
Yeah, that's what they are so expensive.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're like breathing air fee, $50.
Yes. Shoulder to shoulder with someone.
Have you ever been to, like, what's the best concert that you've been to,
Ooh.
or what are a few concerts you've been to?
Probably the best concert I went to was Pentatonics, and I forget the venue, but it was just so great just seeing them live on stage doing their a cappella
Was it
thing.
upstate or was it downstate in New York
It was
City?
in Albany.
Oh wow!
Like in the Schenectady area.
Yeah, I would have been so jealous because I was obsessed with Pentatonics.
Oh, I was freaking out.
I would have loved to see that. I did see them live.
Did you?
I saw them. They were an open act and Kelly Clarkson.
Oh wow!
In like when I was in like 7th grade. I think.
that must have been before
Yeah.
prime time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was obsessed. Yeah, I recently went to a concert like over winter break, and it was amazing.
Really?
I loved it. It's just like something about being there, and you get to dance, and it's
Yeah.
just great. You just feel like
I
no
typically
no
like
homework.
jump around.
Yeah, I know. So okay, thank you so much, Alex, for submitting that one. That was great. Now this was submitted by our associate producer Garrett Chan.
Wow.
This was the lake. I don't know when he took this. He must have taken it sometime this week because we have had beautiful weather up here in Oswego.
Yes.
I've heard from some family downstate as well that it's been very warm down there. I think it's been a little hotter. It's been like 85, I've heard, down where I'm from.
Okay.
But wouldn't you agree this is like beautiful
Oh
out?
yeah, and I love how he has it framed, not to get the photographer in me, but how he has it framed and the lighting is just incredible. Great
Yeah.
job, Garrett.
Yeah. No, I love scenes like this when the lake kind of blends into the horizon, into the
Yes.
sky. It's amazing.
Where it's almost like a gradient type of, yeah.
And there's some mornings where I look out on the lake and it looks like glass because it's so flat,
Yes.
no waves or anything, and then it's beautiful. The other night I went out to watch the sunset too with some friends. And it's like every day this week has been a great sunset day because it's just clear skies, warm weather. You can put a blanket out there, you'll be fine.
Chillax.
Kind of day. And we don't have to wear our jackets anymore, right?
I know. Well, this upcoming week maybe,
I
but
know. Isn't it supposed to get worse, right?
it's supposed to get a little bit chilly.
Well, I'm happy that we had this because I really needed this good weather to be able to walk outside, no jacket, put my sunglasses on, and call it a day. All right, can we look at the third photo, please? If we could bring up the third slide. So, jump scare. This is Erin in a recent. That is too good. I was like, Erin, do you have any photos you like to submit? And she's like, I have one of me covered in fake blood. Fake blood, everyone at home.
Fake.
Do you want to talk about how you got, thank you for the music, Scott. Do you want to talk about how you got into this situation?
Oh, yeah. So my friend texted me. He's like, can you please be in my film? I'm looking for an actress. I was like, sure. He's like, are you okay being covered in fake blood? I said, absolutely. And it was a really cool shot that's supposed to be like through a peephole of a door. And it's me banging on the door with all this fake blood / Kool-Aid. So if it got near my mouth or eyes, it would be totally fine.
Yeah.
But it was such a fun experience, just me acting crazy.
Is it a completely black and white film too?
Yes, he filmed it in black and white too,
Wow.
and it was incredible. And the lighting, figuring it out and seeing it through the camera, oh, it was so cool.
It reminded me a little bit of Psycho. Have you watched Psycho?
Yes,
Or
we were talking like Psycho-ish, and then a little bit of The Shining.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting those vibes
Yeah.
for sure. I'm sure you were love to be a part of that that project.
I loved it. I was
of
like,
course.
thank you so much for including me on this.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Do you have any other like stunts that you had to do for it, or was it just
Basically, it was like slamming the door, and he was like, oh, you can like bang on it a little bit. I said, nuh-uh, I'm taking it to the next level, and I'm like slamming my body.
I know you create a lot of films and a lot of screenwriting scripts and
Yes.
whatever. Do you have like any other experiences that were kind of like if you were on set and you had to do something crazy, or someone had to, I don't know, jump into the lake or do something?
Nothing like that, but there was one film that was like for a 48-hour film fest where I had to get on a skateboard and fall face first.
Oh.
And we had to do that a couple times, and it had just rained, so the sidewalk was all gritty and all that. So that was, it hurt
Yeah.
after a while, but that was
I'm
probably
glad.
the craziest I did.
I'm glad everyone survived that
Yes.
one. Well, thank you to everyone who submitted photos for us to talk about tonight. It was so cool to see what you have all been up to recently. If you'd like to submit your own snapshot, you can DM them to our new Instagrams at smile_WTOP10, or you can email them to our email, smilewtop10@gmail.com. On our Instagram, we also have a form where you could submit those photos linked in our bio. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can all submit for next episode. So thank you again so much, Erin, for joining us here tonight. I really enjoyed interviewing you, learning more. I hope you all at home learned stuff as well. Any final thoughts? Quick thoughts?
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate this as a last opportunity.
Well, thank you to my wonderful crew as always. I always appreciate your help, and thank you to you all watching at home. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with us here tonight. I hope you can join us again in 2 weeks for a different look at a different guest story. I know it's going to be an exciting one. I hope to see you here again soon, and do not forget to smile because you're on camera. Have a good night, everyone.